What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Malt Frazier, and we here today with the track and field edition video. So y'all know we got the World Championships going on for track and field in Tokyo, Japan right now, and Team USA is over there putting in work. Like we are handling business, and that's why I've been really disappointed in the lack of coverage for the World Championships. We're literally leading in the medal count. We got people breaking records and literally just creating history. And you can't get any mention of any of that on ESPN or Fox or wherever you consume your sports coverage. There's, very little coverage on it at all. And, there's nothing on the bottom line that says, oh, Team USA secures the 200-meter gold. Noah Lyles collects his fourth championship, whatever the script is, right? Like there ain't nothing on the bottom line. There's not like a medal count that you can look at, that's active on ESPN or something like that. And then, when you go to watch, it's being shown on Peacock and they showed it on USA as well. But when you click on USA, it said today, it says day 6 evening. Now, what the hell is day 6 evening? Is it, that has no mention of track and field, no mention of world championships, no mention that anything special is happening. I guess it's just day 6 or something. And so, there's not any post race coverage outside of the interviews that you'll see on YouTube or Twitter. And, you ain't getting no Bleacher Report update on your phone telling you, Sydney McLaughlin just ran the second fastest time ever in the 400 meters. Literally nothing. So I wanted to make this video so that, we could just put a light on some of our athletes and, just give y'all a little overview of what's been going on a little bit. So, to start, I wanted to talk about Sydney McLaughlin. Sydney has been sensational. Or maybe I should say sensational, but she's been fantastic. Sydney normally runs the 400-meter hurdles, and, she's gone down to the 400 meters, and there's no barriers anymore. And Sydney went in there and does what only she could do, took over the whole event. In the semifinals, she broke the American record, Sonia Richards-Ross record, held for about almost 20 years, I believe. And Sydney broke that record. And in the final, she went in there and raced against some great competition. Marlady Paulino and Sawaid Nasser. Pretty much the top dogs in the 400. And Sydney came in there and took over the whole thing. And shout out to her competitors, right? Like they ran really fast times, which is a reason that Sydney could run the time that she ran. She had somebody pushing her. And it's debatable if Sydney McLaughlin really needs anyone to push her, but, she had the help anyway. And she did a fantastic job and ran the second fastest time ever in the history of the 400-meter hurdles. The 400 meters. She's already got the fastest time for the 400-meter hurdles. So that's a bad girl. All right. But, she went in there and she's going to be on world record watch as long as she's running the 400 meters because she just ran the second fastest time with 47.78. And Sydney's only 25. She's already the 400 hurdles queen. She's got like the 6 fastest times ever run in that event. And now she's taking over the 400. So, the sky is the limit for Sydney McLaughlin. And, she is, graceful and really just, a tremendous athlete. She could legitimately go down as one of the greatest female athletes ever. And her resume says such as well. So shout out to Sydney McLaughlin. Next up, I wanted to talk about Melissajeffersonwooden. Melissa Jefferson Wooden doubled in this world championship. So that means she's won the 100 meter and the 200 meter. And she has been killing it all season, right? Like she's undefeated literally this year, hasn't lost not one race. She won the bronze medal in the Olympics last year, and she has not been satisfied. She has been hungry, putting in the work, and really dominating all year. Like nobody's been able to really touch her. There's not been many races where there's even been somebody close to her. So, for Melissa Jefferson to come out here, she ran the fourth fastest time ever in the 100 meters. So she's really just putting her stamp on the sport. And, for her to double, like she's not a 200 runner, right? Like she doesn't have a whole bunch of, I guess, experience in the 200 uh, compared to her competitors. And she ran a 21:68. And the only two people that I thought could beat her weren't even in the race, right? Julian Alfred, who I think she had an injury after the 100-meter race, and Gabby Thomas, who had an injury and didn't come to World Championships. So, and it's, I'm not saying they would have beat her, but those are only two that had a chance, I think. And so Melissa Jefferson Wooden, just what a great season. I mean, shout out to her. And I think the sky's the limit for her as well, just because, you kind of just now seeing Melissa kind of you know, step into herself on that track. I feel like, there was a lot of potential that you could see. And obviously she was already really good. But, I mean, now it's like she's taking it over. Like the one thing she said her goal was for this World Championships was to win everything. And I'm just like, man, that's some dog mentality right there. Like I came to win it all. I want it all. That whole Denzel thing where it's like, man, I'm leaving with something. Nah, she said I'm leaving with everything. And she got greedy with it, and I love that. So, and shout out to Melissa Jefferson holding it down, 100-meter queen, 200-meter queen, getting the double. So next up, Noah Lyles. Talk about somebody who's used to, we hear about doubling all the time with Noah Lyles. He wasn't able to double this time around, but secured a bronze medal in the 100, and then came back a couple days later, 200-meter champ again, wins the gold medal. And whether you like Noah Lyles, whether you hate him, you gotta respect it, man. I mean, this dude shows up big time, damn near all the time. I mean, and when the stakes are the highest, it's like he just feeds off that because, he was behind in this race. He didn't, he wasn't out first. One of the Jamaican runners got off to a great start. I believe it was Brian Lavelle, and Noah had to go and catch him. And then once he caught him, he still had Kenny Benerick right on him. And he stayed composed, stayed confident and cool, and he found his way, found a way to win. And that's what Noah Lyles does, man. So this is his fourth world championship in the 200 meters. I mean, he is the 200 meter king. He has the American record, 1931 in the 200 meters. And, that record stood for 25 years, I believe. And that was Michael Johnson's record, right? And so, Noah has not only claimed that as his, but he's got a whole bunch of accolades to go with it, really putting his stamp on his era of track and field. The next athlete I wanted to focus on comes out of the 110 hurdles. So Cordelltinch, he came away with the 110 hurdles gold, and I mean he was the only hurdler to run under 13 seconds, and he's been having a really good year, particularly the back half of this season. He's really been putting together some strong performances, getting some good wins. I think he won the Diamond League for the hurdles, I believe. So had some good momentum coming into this World Championships, and man, he handled business. Like Grant Holloway is who won the Olympic gold for the hurdles, and he's the favorite. He's one of the all-time greats, arguably the greatest hurdler, and he's been struggling. I don't know if he's dealing with injuries or what, but he struggled and he didn't make it out of the semifinal. And so shout out to Cordelltinch for holding it down, winning that gold medal. He earned it. He put in the work, and it was great to see him kind of get over that hurdle, right? Like the last few years, it kind of felt like the 110 hurdles, it was just Grant Holloway's to lose. And so for Cordelltinch to come in there and say, hey, I got this, that was cool, man. So shout out to him, handling business on the 110 hurdles, baby. Then next up, got to shout out Raibenjamin. Raibenjamin running the 400-meter hurdles. He was the Olympic champion for the 400 hurdles last year, and he actually in Tokyo for 2021, he broke the world record that year in the Olympics, and he ended up getting second. Christian Warholm ran the real world record, I guess, right? They both broke it in the same race, but so that's really tough, right? You break the world record and get second, so that surely has given him a whole bunch of motivation, and winning the 400 hurdles last year, and then coming back this year, just showing his dominance. And he hit a hurdle on the last hurdle coming home, and he had to really just use that grit to get home, and almost even got disqualified. They thought that I guess they had to double check, making sure that him hitting the hurdle wasn't a penalty or whatever. So it ended up being clean or whatever. They were able to decide that he was making an attempt to clear the hurdle, and so he's the 400 hurdle champion. And King Raibenjamin, he's the man. So super exciting race. He had some good competition there with De Los Santos and Warholm, literally talking about the three greatest 400 hurdlers all in the same event at the same time. So like typically when you talk about that for an event, you gotta compare eras, and they all in the same era. So man, shout out to Raibenjamin, and it's been a great World Championships. Really been enjoying it. We still got relays coming up, but definitely just wanted to highlight a couple of our champions and congratulate them and just give them the proper attention. I mean, and we had other people that had really great outings as well, like Jasmine Jones finished with the silver medal in the 400 hurdles. Noah Lyles got a 100-meter bronze medal. And a lot of other athletes that are bringing home some medals too. So relays in a couple days. That's going to be really exciting. Team USA, Team Jamaica, Great Britain, a whole bunch of really good competitions going on. So man, make sure y'all tune in on Peacock, on USA. It'll probably say day 7 or day 8, whatever it say on there. But yeah, man, tap in if you can, man, because there's some great competition going on. And let me know what y'all think about the coverage, man. I think it's pitiful. Y'all look at the medal count, man. We got at the end of today, I think we had 17 medals. We got 17 medals, 11 gold medals. Handling business, man. So shout out to Team USA. Let me know what events y'all are enjoying in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about the coverage of track and field, man. All right, I'll talk to y'all soon. Malt Frazier out. Peace.